50 minutes to Haberfield.
Yeah.
And then walk Bay Ranch.
Yeah.
Haberfield?
What is
it?
Where is it?
Haberfield.
Whatever, man. Not a
So it's a
human.
male, but it's not a man.
All right, Socrates.
Welcome back to Critical Banter, the podcast that brings a Friday drinks chat to you. This week's episode, we have the 10-question challenge, and we have a new segment, Life Hacks. But before that, drop the week, we've got me, Miguel, we have Ro.
G'day.
And we have Sen.
Hello. No drink for me today because we forgot. But despite that, massive reminder this Saturday to those who have tickets and those who are coming. We have our live show, 6th of July at Kinsella's, just off Oxford Street. Doors open 7 p.m.
Be there.
The show, yes, be there and I know a lot of our listeners are of the subcontinental background and, 7 means 8 o'clock for them. But no, I really need to stress. Doors are 7. The show will start 7:30 on the dot.
Doors close 7:30 as well.
Correct. So if you're not there 7:30 seated, you will not get in and you will miss the show. So I can't stress this enough. Doors are 7. Be there at 7. Because fuck me, that's going to be very disappointing for you if you miss it.
And it's also okay if you have bought tickets and then forgot it's on Saturday.
Yes.
Ro here did not realize
Yeah, I didn't realize
it was this Saturday. So, you know what? We can give that a pass.
This is a shocking revelation to me after the boys came in and said, hey, boy, we got the live show next week. I said, next week?
Isn't it the 6th of July? You said.
Yeah. No, look, as you know, I don't use a calendar. Stuff
Or
like
your
this,
brain.
Stuff like this will happen. Right, it's very understandable. But anyways, yes, please be there. We're very excited, actually.
Yes, we are excited.
There is also entertainment before 7:30.
Correct.
Just to be, you want to sit there in silence. Like,
Yes.
The real hectics will know. Max Dari,
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, will be DJing
Yes.
at between 7 and 7:30. So come in, get a drink.
Enjoy the tunes.
Yeah, and we wanted to. Actually, do we want it to be rowdy? How rowdy do you want the show to be?
I want the show to be rowdy.
crowd participation is heavily encouraged.
There was
within reason.
Well, not even within reason. I was going to say like stand-up comics, like they just want silence. They don't want any hecklers, right? I'm coming into this show. I want it to be like a football stadium.
I want some chants, boys.
Yeah. When we start tier listing and you don't agree, I want
Hey, don't give away the show.
If we tier list,
I want some yelling and
Some
disagreement.
booze.
I want some absolute carnage.
I want it to be a zoo. Is essentially what you want.
or
Exactly.
like Kyrgios at the Australian Open, just
Yeah.
carnage.
I just want people yelling, I want people disagreeing, coming up on stage. Maybe we get security involved. Do you have security?
We do.
Oh, beautiful. Then come on up. Let's go. We'll have a brawl.
So yeah, come prepared to be rowdy, but not too rowdy, because Tai Tuivasa, our bouncer, will take you out and give you 3 of the best ones in your head. So otherwise, yes, please come ready for a good time. Come rowdy, like Rose said, but most importantly, come on time. I beg of you. Got a quick.
Could you imagine we rock up at 7:30 and there's like 6 people there?
In my head, that's all I've been thinking for the last week. Knowing our audience, your audience is meant to be a representation of you, so they'll be rocking up at 7:50. So please be there at 7:30.
What happens if they rock up 7:50?
That's too bad, so sad.
Show goes on.
You've missed 20 of the best, really.
They have missed some of the best good parts, I will say.
Yeah,
first 20, 30?
Yeah, a little surprise coming up your way.
A few surprises, actually. All right, I got an update from last week. A few redactions from last week, actually. So at Wednesday at 11:47 a.m., I get a message from my friend saying, "Mate, the slander in today's episode. Wow." And I'm like, "Oh, oops, sorry, forgot about that." And she says, "I didn't even get to be anonymous. Just straight up drop mine and poor Daniel's name." So, poor listeners, please forget that I mentioned Kat and Daniel's name last week. Just go back and redact it yourself.
The couple who live in
Yeah.
just forget all about that.
We've pretty much fully doxed them at this point. We're just one step away from giving their full gubbies. But anyway, Kat, you deserve it.
I will say that I actually stood up for Kat. So I'd like that to be on the record. But I have a quick one as well this week. So I was chatting to my friend. She's a bit older. And she's currently in the middle of like a bit of a divorce situation. Right?
What do you mean bit of? It's either a divorce or it's not.
She's getting divorced.
Okay, thank you.
And she rocks up. I think like the divorce is like about to be finalized or something. She rocks up to a new lawyer to get all the paperwork sorted, this and that. She rocks up to the office and they go through the motions. I don't know what, I'll be honest, I have no idea what happens behind those closed doors.
As you should.
Right? I hope to never know.
Yeah.
You know, but they were going through it. And then at the end of the meeting, he says, I'm sorry, I actually can't be your lawyer. And then she's like, oh, is like the situation like that bad? You don't want to take the case. And then he's like, no, it's because I want to date you instead. And then she said, yeah, why not? And so now
Sorry?
she's currently going out with her divorce lawyer, not legally, but a divorce lawyer who rejected her.
What?
Yeah.
That's a crazy story. I actually don't believe it.
No, I'm being dead serious. And to be honest, right, this got me thinking about a lot of things because this guy has gone through like 5 years of law at Sydney Uni, and he's not really there to be a defense attorney. He's just there to pick up women. It's like it reminds me of Sidemen Tinder in real life, except only one side knows they're on the show. And it got me thinking of like ways that people kind of I don't know, like just try to pick up girls. Like this guy's taken it to the nth degree.
The most elaborate ways.
The most elaborate way. He's become a defense attorney. Because if you think about it like this, right? He knows that everyone walking through his door is a single woman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
And then he can also vet them through, corp work ways. Has to go through what happened in the divorce. So he sees them at their worst.
No, that's the thing. And then he knows what went wrong in the relationship. So he can then use that, in the back of his mind other ways. Very nefarious.
That surely this is against attorney-client privilege.
No, but
once you've known all this information.
But it's not attorney-client.
Yeah, but he's used that information already.
How?
I'm sure she gave him like all the information of like the divorce, prior information, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And to your point,
prospecting chat, you got to figure out if you're a right match.
Well, this is I've told you the story of my physio Grant who went on undercover on Beauty and the Geek to try and find a girlfriend / win $100,000. I would say that's up there as one of the most elaborate schemes I've heard of. But this guy, put himself through 5 years of uni, $50,000 of debt just to try and get a missus. There's an easier way, bro. Tinder's free.
But if they're not a match, then he's just got a client. Win-win.
It actually
dare I suggest.
And so I was actually scrolling through like TikTok, and one of our favorite creators, Rufus Rice, popped up on my feed. He was on like some UK podcast, and they asked him like, "Oh, why did you get into TikTok?" And he was like, "I got into TikTok to like get with girls." And I was thinking, what have I done to get with girls? And so one of the things that I did to get with my partner Cindy is pretend to like this TV show for like 6 months. I watched this show. I don't even know what the show was called. It was that bad. Do you remember? I would have told you, Migs.
No. What I remember is I don't know if you pretended to like Troye Sivan. I remember that.
No, that wasn't a pretend.
That was pretend to begin with.
No, pretend to begin
and then
with.
maybe you ended up liking Troy's music.
I think Troy had released Blue Neighborhood. Is that an album?
Good? Yeah, it was a good album.
Yeah, so
I'll give you that.
He released that.
But you got like really into it.
Yeah, I had to, dude. You got to do what you got to do. But do you know the show with Jussie Smollett? And it was like a singing one, kind of.
Juicy Smollett, the guy who pretended to get bashed by
that guy.
Let me quickly look this up.
Have a look it up. So I remember pretending to like that show.
That's a commit though. You got to watch like how many episodes did you watch?
I think I went through the first season, and then he got.
That's not too bad.
No, it got so unbearable.
That's a big commit. Because like, let's say Troye Sivan, right? Album, 10 songs. That'll set you back 30 minutes, 45 at most.
Yeah, but the thing is, like Troye Sivan, how much can you talk about Troye Sivan's song?
No, but it's the whole point that common interest. Wow. We both like the same artist.
To be honest, I'll put this on record, yeah? I actually do like Troye Sivan. At the beginning, I didn't know him, all right? How am I supposed to? I'll give him a shot.
So she put you on.
She put me on to Troye Sivan.
Fair enough.
I tried with this TV show.
Empire.
Empire is the one.
Isn't that meant to be a good show?
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure it's a highly rated show.
Oh, man, I hated it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I gritted through that, watched it in 1.5 speed. And I was like, all right, what am I doing
Why
here?
don't you just read the Wikipedia synopsis instead of watching it?
Nah, because then, I don't know, I don't think you get enough. Because I wanted to give it a genuine go. Because she likes this show. Maybe I'll like this show.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't like Breaking Bad until season like 5, really. So
So you're just waiting for the good part?
yeah, because there's a lot of shows where I actually haven't liked it until like a long way in.
That's crazy.
I've heard that about Breaking Bad. But when did you stop doing that?
What do you mean?
Like pretending to like things that she liked?
When he secured it.
Yeah, like obviously, once you're in a relationship, no dramas. But I think in the
I actually hate Empire. Did you ever tell her that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, the Troye Sivan thing. Did you ever tell her that?
No, she knows that.
Oh, okay.
Like she's like, oh, this is Troye Sivan. I never heard of the bloke. I thought he was some YouTuber. Like,
I also thought he was.
It was.
yeah, and then he started making music. I was like, what is going on here? Can't be that good. Turns out it actually was pretty good. Have you guys anything like that?
Well, with my current missus, I went on way more walks than I actually enjoy.
That's because the circumstances of the earth.
Oh yeah, no, we were
dictated
locked.
that.
But even after that, we still went on walks. I don't really like a walk like that.
What are you? How are you anti-walking?
No, as in going,
It's outrageous.
like going somewhere to walk. I don't mind walking here, there, and everywhere, but like going specifically, I don't know,
No.
an hour away
I get that.
just to go for a walk. I'd rather do something
What if
else.
it's a nice walk?
I don't see the value in that.
Really, nature.
See nature everywhere, mate.
But you can't see Wedding Cake Rock outside your window.
Oh, that's facts.
No, but those like hikes kind of.
Yeah.
Are you talking like Bay Run? You just walk, you drive, 50 minutes to Haberfield
Yeah.
and then walk Bay Run.
Just call
Yeah.
it Haberfield?
What
is it?
Where is it?
Haberfield.
Whatever, man.
Think of the Haber process. Hate to see chemistry.
Ammonia, mate.
no,
No,
yeah.
but that's what I mean. Like coastal walks, I don't mind, but at the beginning, I love them.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
yeah. Oh, what? Another walk? I can't wait. Let's do it even earlier.
I feel like with me and mine, it's different because we're a bit older. Your escapades with Cindy, you were what, 17, 16? You were 13 years old when all these stories
Yeah, you were
happened,
about
right?
like 7.
So you were immature.
No, I was
So you were
18 at the
desperate.
time.
You were foaming at the mouth.
Don't paint this picture of a row.
I was
Not far off it.
I had to look. Obviously, everyone at the beginning of like a tuning phase situation. We should have talked about this with Brenda, really.
Yeah, I don't know why this is like 1 or 2 weeks delayed.
But you have to like start to pretend to do stuff that you maybe not so into. But that's how you grow as a person, dare I suggest.
But that's what I'm saying. The older you get, I feel like the less you do that. Even at the start of a relationship, I feel like you're more comfortable with who you are.
Okay.
And you're
I don't know about Sen, right? Sen, hadn't heard a lick of Sen enjoying Bollywood music. And then suddenly, when I'm in the car with him, all it is Bollywood music.
Hey, you didn't know me back in the day.
Were you hiding that? Or is this a
Yeah,
new
pretty
thing?
much.
Oh.
'Cause I knew. Why would I share that with you guys?
Who cares?
Yeah, who cares?
Who cares? Enjoy whatever music you want, man.
You look at Sen's Spotify Wrapped, and it's like 5 of the brownest blokes I've ever seen in my life. And so I was thinking, like, this is not the Sen that I knew in high school.
Man, I have multiple personalities that you don't know anything about.
It's like split. I've only seen 1 to 3. But yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe when you get older, you don't change.
They have to accept you for who you are
Yeah,
rather
it's
than
more
I
of
am
that.
malleable to you.
It's a bit tight, so I don't know about that. You should
do
be
you mean?
open to experience. Like the walk thing, I kind of got that. Yeah, I never walked. I got my cardio and exercise through like sport or whatever. So when people are throwing walks, I'm like, walks? But turns out
Walk all the time, mate. What do you want?
I walk to my car to go to the football ground. But it turns out walking is actually pretty fun.
Yeah, again, I'm not saying I hate it,
Yeah.
but I just tuned up how much I liked it
Yeah, at the beginning.
at the beginning.
Yeah, fair.
Can we hear from the divorce guy's point of view? Does he know about this?
What do you mean?
The guy who's getting the divorce, does he know that his ex is getting with?
I
the
forgot
divorce
all
lawyer?
about the divorce situation.
Yeah, how do we get to this conversation? Yeah,
I think that bloke has no idea.
Who's divorcing who?
Okay.
mutual, I assume.
Yeah, it's just like a mutual. I didn't get into the details of like what was wrong with their marriage.
So where did it all go? Nah.
I think you asked.
Sure, yeah, but when you're getting divorced, surely you assume everything's just anything could happen.
Yeah, you can't really. Yeah, if you're the guy in this situation whose wife is you're getting divorced, like you can't really have, and they don't have kids or anything like that. So
How are we talking like experts on divorce? Like you should feel this, you shouldn't feel this.
no. Another thing I want to talk about actually. Forget the divorce stuff now.
How many minutes in? Just forget it.
14 minutes in.
Oh, do you want to still talk about the divorce?
No,
Okay.
I'm good to move on.
Yeah, we'll forget about that then. Another thing, I bought I got gifted a fitness wearable. All right, and I will
Can we
not.
just talk about last week?
Yeah. Oh, we should have talked about this last week. I forgot to bring it up.
So pause this episode, go on the YouTube,
Yeah.
go to last week's episode, and take a keen eye on Rohit's right wrist. Right now you can see he's just got a strap on, but last week,
normal, but last week,
what do we call it?
well, you called it the ankle.
Omnitrix.
Oh, I called it the Omnitrix. You called it the ankle monitor.
Yeah,
Like,
the ankle monitor is when you go out of
when
jail,
you're, when
bro.
you're a day released from the prison or
Yeah,
from
'cause you gotta
Silverwater Correctional.
What a charger, bro? What?
So explain. Sorry, explain what you have and what it looks like.
So I got gifted a fitness wearable. I'm not going to shout out the company because they're not paying me.
I think you already said it, mate.
Yeah, you
Did I?
I'm pretty sure you said it
Yes.
last week.
No, I didn't. Anyways, it rhymes with like
Hoop.
Hoop. Okay, is the brand, and the whole shtick is that you wear it 24/7. Like you're not supposed to take it off. So when you charge it, you charge the charger, and then
On
you
the
put
go.
the charger on top of the band, and that's how the band charges.
It's like a portable charger.
It's like a parasite. It just
Yeah.
kind of sucks on top
It's
of
funny
it
you mentioned. I actually watched Parasite last night.
for the first time.
No, second time.
Okay.
Great film. Yeah, so like a parasite, it sits on your thing and it charges. It's actually quite a nifty little contraption. But I was chatting to my boss at work who also has one, and he's like, "Oh yeah, it's really interesting. If you're interested in like stats and like data and stuff, like you'll be really into it." So I was like, "Yeah, I like that stuff." So I got it for my birthday, and I've had it for maybe 2 weeks now. So I think you saw me, and I had been wearing it for literally 3 days. So I had no interesting data to share, right?
But
now, I mean, it's not interesting. It's interesting to me, I suppose. But I don't know. How thrilling it'll be for everyone else. Maybe this will be a
Go on.
series.
Give us a couple. Give us a couple. What's
We'll decide if it's interesting. Or
Right, so look, I don't have the actual figures on me at the moment, but the thing tracks like your sleep, and it tracks like your heart rate, your strain, and your recovery. Those are like the 4 pillars of which you're supposed
the
to.
4 pillars?
Yeah. The 4
Famously.
noble truths.
Yeah.
And so
So
like
how's your health
your
right now? Are
strain?
you recovering well? You sleeping well?
health's good. Okay, but I thought I slept well because I didn't really have any problems or anything like that. But I actually don't sleep as well as I thought I
Is
did.
it telling you're a stinker sleeper?
Not a stinker sleeper, but I fall asleep pretty quickly. But turns out I'm waking up multiple times a night, which is fine.
Isn't
But
that normal?
It is, but I'm waking up more than apparently I should be.
More than average.
Yeah, but I don't even know that I'm doing that.
Are you
How
like
does-
waking up to pee or just waking
No.
up for a couple seconds and dozing back off type
Yeah.
vibe?
So it tells you like I wake up for like maybe like 6 or 7 times for like 3 minutes each or 4 minutes each or
But
something.
you
like
don't
that.
notice it.
I don't notice it. And
Do you feel
like,
rested in the morning?
so sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I realize that like it's actually pretty accurate. Not to plug this thing, but like I wake up in the morning and I'm not sure if it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, but I wake up in the morning, I figure out how I feel. I'm feeling decent today. 80% sleep, not bad. Woke up on like Wednesday. I was like, I'm not feeling too good. Looked up, 56% recovery in sleep. I was like, well, wow. Isn't this just great? I know some people who.
But how does it know that? So it's strapped to your wrist. What's it reading to tell you? How's it giving you a score out of 100?
So I think the sleep score is just like it says based on your strain that you've had that day, right? How much if you've had soccer training.
It's like Duckworth Lewis. It's like a mathematical formula for
Yeah,
this.
there's like an algorithm. So yeah, how much you've done like maybe some serious exercise.
Right.
It'll be like, hey, you need like
X amount.
9 hours sleep instead of 8 hours sleep,
Ah,
and then
okay.
you go to sleep, and maybe you get 8 hours sleep.
But does it tell you that before? So before you go to sleep, you're like, for optimal sleep tonight, you need 9
Yeah,
hours,
yeah.
or you just need you wake up the next morning and you realize, oh fuck, I should have had 9.
No,
hours.
no, it says there's like a whoop.
Just say the company, man.
There's like a whoop coach, yeah, and it gives you like these like
Is
insights.
that AI or
Yeah, something like I don't know how.
Alan Iverson's coaching you.
It is.
Swoosh?
and it tells you. But I will say I'll keep it monitoring because it's actually quite a little nifty device.
So it only has 4 pillars.
Surely there's more
Yeah.
like insights.
no, there's heaps. There's like heart rate variability, respiratory rate.
Oh, I'm
like-
desperate to know my respiratory rate. Actually,
Yeah.
Wait, so does it only track your heart rate?
No, again, I told you it tracks your respiratory rate, your skin
No,
temperature.
how? No, how?
I don't know. It's got sensors on the band, I suppose. Bro, do I look like a scientist? Like, how am I
I thought
supposed
you
to
do a bit more research.
This
into
does sound like, what was that thing in primary school? Those power bands?
Yeah,
Like that's just a silicon wristband that's meant to help your balance and your fucking chi and everything.
The Lance
Turns out it was a
Armstrong
scam
a
shop.
massive scam.
No, I think, yeah. What else does it need to measure?
Aren't you scared you're part of some sort of data harvesting?
Whatever. Not really. I'm not scared of that stuff.
Really?
Like, yeah,
Okay.
it doesn't faze me.
So we have football today where you famously can't
Yeah,
wear
you
any
can't wear
jewelry,
it.
you famously tape your your necklace to your chest so
Yeah.
people don't see. What are you going to do about the whoop now?
No, I wore it last Wednesday and I bought as well a little bicep strap so I can strap it onto my bicep. And soccer was crazy.
So it's under your shirt.
It's under my shirt.
So they can't
Oh,
see
it's
it.
on your wrist.
Yeah, so I'll get the insights from soccer.
Can you put it on the ankle so it actually looks like an ankle monitor?
You can put it wherever, but I think it's like more
You know
accurate.
someone actually played with an ankle monitor in the Premier League?
Who?
Just quietly. Remember Jermaine Pennant?
Oh yeah. What did he do?
I don't know. He did something, and then
Why
there
was
was
he in
one game.
jail?
There was one game where you could see the ankle thing just strapped to him, but he tried to put a lot of socks on to like cover it up.
Oh, so
But you could tell
people
it was an
didn't
ankle
know.
monitor.
Famous Liverpool striker, by the way, right? I think he got done for like drink driving.
Something
Speaking
like
of
that.
something we spoke about before the podcast. Maybe it is a criminal record to drink drive.
Yeah, if you're an ankle monitor, I feel like, well, why do they even put those on? It's like track you.
Yeah,
If you're on
it's part
how-
of your bail conditions. Like you can't leave the area or you can't. Yeah. So you can't run away essentially. So they can track you. Anyway, so back to soccer. What was about it?
So last time I wore it, like we played a Wednesday night game. Horrible affair that was.
5 degrees.
So I was playing against both my brothers and we got absolutely hammered. So the ride home was
Manhandled.
terrible.
One of them scored, and then one of them put the ball through my legs. It was just a horrible affair all around. We won't talk about the score as well.
No, we
That's-
absolutely will not talk about that. But I wore it on that game and it told me the max strain apparently is 21. And apparently I had a strain of 19.9.
21.
Where
out
did
of what?
21 come from?
21 what? Like newtons or
No, I don't
what's
know.
the metric here?
I don't know how they calculate it, but like the max strain, your absolute max strain,
What is
For
strain?
everyone.
Everyone is 21.
Strain is
strain is like, your heart rate at zone 5 versus zone 4.
right. Okay.
And so how long are you in those zones?
So just how hard you're working.
Pretty
essentially.
much.
And
And
you
s-
were at 20 out of 21.
I was 19.9 out of 21. And apparently, I'm not sure if it was still calibrating, but apparently I was in like zone 5, which is like when you're sitting at like 80 to 90% of your max heart rate
It's like Super Saiyan 3 for our nerds out there.
for like 45 minutes.
I quite simply don't believe that.
Yeah, over the course of
I- I
45
can't believe-
minutes.
I can't believe that either.
Yeah, I can't believe it either.
Maybe it wasn't calibrated properly.
So that's why we have soccer
And
today,
you want to compare.
and I want to compare the two.
Okay. All right. Check out next week for an exhilarating update on that.
Oh, thank you, Sen. I will be giving you another exhilarating update. But before that, this week we're bringing back a segment we haven't done for a while, Cop or Not, where we rate companies, office merch, little accoutrements. So, Sen, I think you got one prepared for us today.
So, boys, cop or not, EY's Nike Air Force collaboration. Wowie. I sent you the photos. What do you guys think?
We've seen a lot of big 4 shoe collabs, not even company collab.
We've had Deloitte, we've had KPMG, and now we finally getting to EY. Actually, we had the EY Converses before, which we poo-pooed.
Hashtag EY intern.
Correct.
On the strip of the back, that was yuck. They've learned their lesson. This I can get around.
Yep.
The design works well with the logo, the yellow and the black on it. Branding, that's what you call branding. The EY's, the logo itself is nice and small.
Yeah, it's nice. It works well. It's not like over the top. It's not in your face. It's nice and subtle. And like you said, I like the yellow and the black with the white. It just works well together.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought that the colors, I don't know, yellow, black, and white. Wiz Khalifa said it best. Black and yellow. Beautiful song and beautiful shoe, I must admit. Wowee.
I would have liked it if the whole Nike swoosh was yellow fully, but it's yellow and then the tip is black for some reason.
No, I like that.
You reckon?
Yeah, I don't mind that actually at all. I got to give props where props is due. Yeah, I wanted to hate this shoe. I really did. But
Get us viral again.
yeah, but I got to say, like, it's not a bad shoe. For me, this is a bit of a cop.
They debuted the shoe at the Cannes Film Festival. Bit of a random place for an accounting firm to be debuting shoes, no less.
They're trying to be like big fashion. They debut their stuff at big events. They've learned.
I don't get this. What do you mean they debuted it at Cannes?
That's where it was first
That's where
spotted.
it's spotted, mate.
Oh, so you're all right. So you reckon like a senior executive has rocked up to Cannes?
Yeah, it hasn't been launched in social media or anything,
Correct.
but first it was spotted on someone's feet.
It's been leaked.
Are we
if you will.
are we sure this is a EY approved shoe?
I would
Or
hope
is it-
so, because I hope someone's not walking around with counterfeit EY shoes. Bootleg.
Because I still can't wrap my head around EY having an actual good designer. That's why I'm a bit sus about this.
Really?
Yeah,
But-
You reckon it's one of one or something?
yeah, one of one. It's like when we try to get custom CD shoes. Some like bloke who's super passionate about his job is just rocked up and be like, "Hey, can you just customize these Air Forces?"
You reckon they're going to roll this out to all employees? And would people be buying this, you reckon?
No, they don't roll any of this stuff out to all employees.
So what? You just have to be partner and above, senior partner and above.
Or maybe it's just maybe you're right. Maybe it's like, here are the Air Forces. They're $150. Do you want in? And I'm probably buying them.
Oh, absolutely. I'm buying them.
Yeah, I'm copping. I would cop. They're probably like 250. Would you still cop?
No, not 250.
No, 250.
Because Air Forces
That's
Air
gonna
Force 180 plain.
But I have no allegiance to EY, so I have no reason to cop these.
If you had allegiance to EY.
Yeah, if I worked at EY for $250,
No shit, you're not buying it as a non-EY employee. That was never a question.
I'm having a sniff at $250, I reckon.
No, 250 is toey, like
Really?
yeah, like big time no for 250. But 150 or 180 for Air Force.
Even 180, pretty good.
Yeah, just white out the EY sign and you've got a pair of 6 shoes.
You got a pair of fucking bumblebee
Yeah.
shoes, mate.
But is EY running out of money? Are they running out of audit contracts or something? Why are they moving into shoes? all of a sudden?
Merchandise.
Merchandise.
Who knows? But it's a cop from us at TCB.
Alrighty, we're back with the 10 question challenge. Very easy game. You boys, both Manny and Ro, I'm going to give you guys a person, place, etc. that you're going to have to guess, but you only get 10 yes or no questions to ask us to get to your answer. So round one, the first category is going to be fictional characters. And I've made it easier. It's non-human fictional characters. Non-human fictional characters. So we'll start with Manny. We'll start with you first. So you have 10 questions.
Is the character an animal?
No.
No.
Fuck off.
But Manny would have heard of this person or character, sorry.
Yeah, maybe vaguely.
Yeah.
Thanks, boys.
So you're one question down, 9 to go.
Is this person from a TV series?
No.
It's from a movie.
Yes, they are.
Is this person from a movie released recently?
No.
Would you say this is a iconic movie?
Yeah,
Yes,
heavily iconic.
I would say so.
I'm thinking E.T. I'm thinking E.T. I'm thinking.
You still have 5 more questions.
Yeah, I just need to know what ballparks I'm in, man. Has to be like alien type.
Can I help him out here, bro? I'll let you decide this.
Let him whittle down a few more questions.
Okay, fine.
Is it an alien?
No.
No.
Then what the fuck could it be? Fictional, but I reckon it's so close to human because I had to clarify that to begin with.
That's pretty funny.
4 questions to go. I don't know if this is going to be a great hint, but I'm trying to nudge you in the right direction.
That's fine. I'll take anything.
Think animated.
Is it a kid's movie?
Yes.
Are there multiple iterations of this movie?
Okay, that's literally the hint I was going to give you. Yes.
All right.
There's been multiple.
How many questions do I have?
2.
2 more.
From Toy Story.
No.
No.
Is it a Disney?
No. That makes it a bit easier.
All right,
Yeah.
whatever. I give up. Is it Peter Pan?
It's Shrek.
The ogre himself.
The ogre himself.
Wasn't he a human to begin with, or was that Fiona?
That was Fiona.
I was not in the swamp.
Oh, you were nowhere near the swamp. Alrighty. Well, Ro, your category is also fictional, non-human characters.
Firstly, question 1, is it animated? Yes or no?
I'm going to say yes.
Yes. Okay, there you go. Yes.
Why was there so much indecision?
No, yes, it
So,
is.
for example, can I give you a question? Like Dobby from Harry Potter.
No, that would be
Real
real.
life.
Yeah.
You said animated, right? Like
Yeah, is it like a
drawn.
Like drawn.
Yeah, drawn.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But it's not like CGI animated.
Yes, correct.
Wait, what would CGI animated?
Well,
be?
your
Is it
point,
Dobby? Dobby's CGI, no?
Right. Yes. Okay. Gotcha. Is it a TV show?
Sen, I'm going to say no.
Yeah,
Whatever, I don't care. I'm going to say no.
Dude, I'm actually so rattled right now.
no.
Do you want me to give you the God's honest answer?
Yeah, I would like that. That's Darren's just
All
the
right,
only way I can win this game.
Primarily not a TV show.
Correct.
Yeah,
There
okay.
is a TV
Yeah, that's
show,
what-
but you wouldn't know
Yeah. Okay.
from a TV show.
All right.
That's
So-
why there's hesitation there. Would be
Is
rattling.
it an animal?
Yes.
Okay. An animal. All right. Let's go. I feel like Madagascar is popping out at me for some reason, but let's just go regions of animals, right? Is this animal primarily found in Africa?
No.
All right.
You're 4 questions down now.
Is the animal domesticated?
No. I wouldn't call it a wild animal, but it's not domesticated either.
I thought those were literally the only 2 options. It's either wild or it's domesticated.
Manny, what would you say to that? 5 questions down, by the way.
It's neither.
Yeah, it actually
It's
is
neither.
neither. It genuinely is neither.
What the heck? Okay.
5 questions down.
Would I see one of these in my neighborhood?
Yeah.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, let's help him out. Let's have.
I'll tell you where you would originally know it from. Maybe that would help you. Like where you would probably have seen this
Or
creature.
do you want me to give a hint?
Oh, maybe
Oh,
it's
maybe
no,
you
sorry.
give a hint. You give a hint, maybe.
Is it it must be a fish. It
I'm
must
going to
be-
give you a
Manny,
hint,
give
right?
him a hint. Give him a hint.
So what was your second question?
Is it a movie or a TV show?
Yeah, yeah.
And then we said no.
Yeah.
And then what did you say after that?
I have no idea what I said after
You
that.
said it must be from.
You said it must be from a movie. I'll help you
Yeah,
out here.
yeah.
There's more media than TV show and movie, is what I'll say.
What? Surely not. Is it from a video game?
Is that a question?
Yeah.
Is that one of your questions?
Yeah.
All right. No.
So it's not a TV or a movie
3 questions.
Or
to
a
go.
video game?
or a video game. And you're telling me there's another medium that I'm not thinking of.
You're
Of an-
thinking-
Dare I suggest the oldest medium in the
yeah,
world?
one of the classics of the genre.
All right.
And remember how we answered the first question, if you need another hint.
Yeah. So it's a book. Oh,
There we
God.
go.
It's a book that is also a TV show, but I don't really know the TV show.
Correct.
Did we read the book in high school?
No.
No.
So it's Curious George. Is it Curious George?
Is that a question or a guess?
No, that's my guess.
No.
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 What is it?
So that's it. You're out. You had 2 more questions
Yeah,
you could
I
have
was,
used.
I was going nowhere near it.
The answer was Geronimo Stilton.
That is a joke. How am I,
Yeah, that was such a hard one,
how am
bro.
I going to get Geronimo Stilton the bloody mouse?
By asking good questions.
Oh my goodness gracious.
You
Wow.
just automatically assumed it was a movie.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that, but I wasn't expecting Geronimo.
What about Geronimo and Eon?
Wow.
That was, yeah. I don't know why that came to mind.
I'm actually pretty happy with that performance. I was never going to get Geronimo Stilton. Nil all.
All right. After the first round, it is 0-all. Your second category is, you already said this before, but video game characters now. We'll start with you, Ro, this time.
Is it a male?
You would ask this first stop, eh? Yes, it is. It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Like, is it a human?
That's a good question. No.
No.
Not a
So
human.
it's a male, but it's not a man.
All right, Socrates. The Riddler over here. Okay.
2 questions in.
So, all right.
I'm going to give you a hint early. Just think about video games where you would know the characters. Fortnite, you wouldn't know the characters, right?
Yeah,
COD,
that's
you don't
true.
know the characters. Think about video games that have characters you would know.
Is this animal or is this is it an animal?
Is that your
That's
question?
my question.
Yes.
Is this animal, again, is it found in Australia?
No.
Is this a dangerous animal in real life?
I would say so. Yes. Halfway through.
Is it from Mario?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. Here we go.
How many left does he have?
4.
4. All right. You're in the ballpark.
All right. We somehow managed to get here. Thank the Lord. So it's from Mario and it's an animal in Mario. So it's not Luigi. It's not Peach. I'm thinking it's like a Bowser or something like that. But I don't even know what animal he is. What is he? Is he a fast character? Like, is he fast in the game? Mario Kart.
No.
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 Is it Bowser?
Is that your guess?
No. It's not my guess.
I
Not my guess.
think I have to take that as
Hang
your
on.
guess.
Hang on.
Why don't you ask a question that will confirm if it, don't ask if it's Bowser.
All right. Okay. Yeah.
Might have to put an asterisk on this one.
Is this character in Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games?
Jesus Christ. Are you familiar with that game?
Yeah, I am.
I'm going to have to look that up, aren't I? Yes. To answer your question. 2 more questions left.
Does he have spikes on his back?
No.
No.
Okay, so it's not Bowser. Is he in Mario Kart?
Yes.
Yes.
You've actually named pretty much all the characters barring this one.
I don't know. I don't know who it is.
Well, you've got to guess
You
now.
gotta get a guess now. You're up. Your 10 questions are up. We need a guess.
I don't even know. I can't even guess the character.
Just throw us a guess right now.
Give me Waluigi.
Incorrect.
Bro, if I said DK, does that ring any bells?
Oh, it does.
What bells does it ring?
Does Donkey Kong?
It is Donkey Kong.
Yeah, I didn't even think that guy was a Mario character.
Oh my.
Oh my. He's like one of the slowest Mario Kart
Yeah.
characters. He's so big.
Yeah, no, that's bad. Yeah,
That's
but
pretty shameful.
that's pretty bad. But I never played with Donkey Kong. He was never my favorite.
What was that Mario movie recently? Super Mario Bros?
Oh yeah, he
Big
was-
character in that
exactly.
movie as well. Old DK.
Moving along, all right?
All right.
Moving along.
You remember the one we had for Manny?
Yeah.
All right, Manny, your turn now. Video
All right.
game characters. 10 questions. Let's go.
Is this video game Nintendo?
No. 2 questions
Is it a
down.
PC game?
No.
No.
PlayStation game?
Yeah. Did you really need to waste a question on that.
I did.
4 questions down.
Because it could have been something PlayStation only. Just to clarify, it can't be because I've said
Yes.
all other platforms.
PlayStation. Is that your question? Your 5th question?
No, I need to clarify my earlier questions
Okay.
because you're like you could play it on PlayStation, but it's actually on Xbox.
All
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
it's fine. To clarify, PlayStation only.
I don't know any. Is it a fantasy game?
No.
I don't
5
even-
questions.
the thing is, I
down.
don't even know the genre of game. Like, I couldn't even describe what
Is
the
the
game
character
is.
human?
No.
It is an iconic game, but I'm just guessing it out of all the characters.
Would you have played this on like a PS2?
Me?
Yes.
Yes.
Big time. I reckon I put
Massive.
a couple of 100 hours on it.
All right.
3
I
questions
have
to go.
2 games in my head. I have Crash Bandicoot and I have Ratchet and Clank.
You have 3 questions to go.
Is it one of the games I mentioned?
Yes.
Yes. 2
Wow.
questions to go.
Wow.
How has he done
From
that?
the depths. From the absolute depths. I don't know the characters. There's Ratchet, there's Clank, and there's a guy's named Crash Bandicoot. I don't know. Is it from Ratchet and Clank?
No.
No. 1 question.
Is it the main character?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's his name, bro? His name Crash? Is it Crash?
Yes.
Oh, that's class.
Full name Crash Bandicoot is the correct answer.
Wow.
Wowee.
I must admit, that was clinical.
That was very clutch.
No hope from me.
Rewind to Rose little never get this.
Well done, Manny. You
Well
win
done.
that 1-0.
We're doing life hacks today, boys. So we went to Japan, as you very well may have heard, potentially
Maybe once or twice.
once or twice.
or
Yep.
15 times.
And we want to basically share some stuff that we found in Japan. Like, you know, usually you get this advice, you know, go to Japan, this is what happens, this is the stock standard. But we found some, you know, not really life hacks, but more things that people don't tell you about Japan when they go to Japan. As a podcast, we are always committed to the truth. Okay. And this is a truthful segment. Here we go. The first one I have is that people don't tell you that the toilet paper in Japan is like half a ply.
Yeah. That was jarring. I'm not going to lie.
Obviously in Japan, right? Bidets are the mechanism of choice when it comes to wiping your bum.
Sen's favorite thing from Japan.
Was it your favorite thing?
Honestly, top 3, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty good. But obviously, like, what they don't tell you is that, like, after you finish bideting, your bums are wet.
Wet, exactly.
And you need to, like, pat it down, you know, dry it up. Except the toilet paper they give you is so thin that it, like, at some points, it was just like flaky.
yeah, you're fingering your bum, essentially.
I didn't want to say it,
I was
but
waiting for you to say it, bro.
you were giving yourself an enema with your fingers.
You're hopper-whiting yourself.
and yeah, so I was going through. I remember like the first time I used the beat, I was like, "Oh, this is great." The toilet seats are warm.
They're
and
heated. Wow.
which is actually an unbelievable feature. You do the bideting, and it's like, "Oh, this is great." And then you actually like have to wipe your bum because I don't know, it didn't get everything out.
Yeah,
Like it was still like when you wipe, it was still like a little bit brown.
correct.
I would say, and except because the toilet paper was so thin, I'm just like my hands are just poo stained.
I swear I saw some that had a drying mechanism, no?
Some did, but no, but
Some
it,
bidets?
it really didn't dry. It
Blow
was just
hot air?
essentially- Yeah, it was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
hot air at your bum. And it's just dispersing the water into different parts of your bum.
Mm.
Like it didn't really dry it. So yeah, it's like Rose Point. You had to still get your fingers in there.
I will say, I didn't even use that feature.
Oh, really?
I
Dude.
was unaware that this drying feature existed.
The first night we got to Tokyo, I spent a good 20, 30 minutes on the toilet. I wanted to use every feature that was available. I was in awe, dude. Like you can choose like the level of like the spray that comes at your bum. There's like,
Yeah, I got all that.
and you can choose like the direction so you can move it up and down, left and right. It was unbelievable.
I sacked off the directional stuff because
Really?
I realized that like I can just move myself towards the spray.
Dude, this is all about efficiency and convenience. I want them to move for me.
Yeah, I didn't want to have to do this configuration, like custom configuration for my bum. I just wanted to get in, get out.
Manny, can we talk about this? Too cowardly to even use the bidet.
Oh yeah.
Didn't use it once. I was too scared I'll enjoy it.
You didn't want a bit of spray up the anus?
No, I'm good. I'm good with my methods.
You didn't even want to try it once?
I should have, looking back,
As if you didn't
it's a
do it
regret.
the last day, surely.
What I should have, but I didn't.
Wait, why didn't you want to try it?
I was skeptic.
Fragile masculinity.
Fragile, dude. Exactly.
Dude, I enjoyed it. But yeah, the toilet paper, you have to end up using like 5, 6, 7 reams of that toilet paper to even get the job done.
There's no Coulton there. Like they've really got to they've got to boost it up because it's, again, they don't tell you this, but just when you go to Japan, be aware that you will need to start really thickening. Like you'd have to use 10 times more toilet paper than you think.
Right, my first one today is when you're going to Japan, you're going to research on TikTok, on Google, everything, you know, what to do and what not to do. And you're going to be inundated with Tokyo, you got to stand on the right. In Kyoto, you got to stand on the left. When you enter a building, you got to bow this way. When you do this, you got to do that. I'm here to tell you, you don't need to do all that, all right? You know, as long as you are a respectful person, they're not that bothered if you don't follow all these customs of when you eat, you got to, you know, finish every grain of rice and like,
Correct.
Like all these nitty gritty etiquettes. It's not that important. Obviously, it's nice to have, but you don't need to do it.
Just long story short, just don't be a dickhead.
Yeah, if you're like screaming all over the place, that's a different story.
Don't be American.
Which we were doing at some points as well.
Yeah, I remember the first night we were at the ramen place. I'm like, oh, I was pretty full, but I'm like, I got to finish it.
You got to slurp it down
you
as well to show you enjoy it.
But then after that, like, yeah, no one really, they don't mind.
No, they're chill. They're chill. I feel like the one thing I did have a little bit of a gripe was the fact that the left and right thing. I felt like Japan didn't really understand the concept of like everyone's on the same page. So sometimes some staircases, everyone's walking up to the right.
Yeah.
Some staircases in the same city, they're walking up in the left. And I'm sitting here like not understanding. Sometimes I'm people's way, sometimes I'm not in people's way. It was a whole affair.
Mine is, full disclosure, everyone knows this when you go there, but mine was, there are really no bins. When they say there are no bins in Japan, there seriously is no public bins in Japan. Like, I didn't understand. I couldn't fathom to
what that meant.
Yeah. Like, there literally was no bins for, honestly, kilometers at a time. You're literally just holding your rubbish in your hands or in your bag for upwards of half an hour, 40 minutes. I was happy to see a 7-Eleven because I knew at least there was a bin in there.
Yeah, life hack. You just go to the 7-Elevens and you just dump it. You just dump all your gear. But I remember like we were walking around. At the end of the day, in my pockets, I'm just pulling out wrappers and and like, you know, and they're not really good with the plastic stuff. They've got plastic on everything.
Yeah.
So after I do a trip to 7-Eleven and I finish eating my food, right, there's someone carrying usually a plastic bag. That's always obviously the bin bag. But then you're eating lollies and stuff like that and you just come out, you just got all this stuff in the hotel. Even in the hotel, the bin is so small,
Tiny.
man.
It's freaking tiny.
I don't understand why there's no bins.
Yeah.
How is this so clean and there's no bins?
I don't know how that works either, but because like,
You know the actual reason?
what?
Do you know the actual reason?
No.
So apparently there was like a terrorist attack that they bombed the bins or something.
Oh.
So now they don't have bins.
No, I'm sorry, but
Take it up with the Japanese government, bro. That's the fact.
that is not a good enough reason.
It's like
to
after
get rid of the
9/11 if you
bins.
just stop building towers or planes.
No, come on. What do you mean terrorist attack on a bin? So
Yeah, don't take it up with me, bro. Take it up with the government.
you're saying they had a bin and like are you saying they just put a bomb in a bin?
Yes, essentially.
Right.
That's crazy.
And that's screwed. Oh my goodness. Dude, I literally saw this on TikTok. Did you realize in Japan that there's like a really high-pitched noise? Did you at all feel
My
that?
missus picked up on this on a day, one of the days.
Yeah. So I thought I was going mental because I would
Fair
like
assumption.
I would just hear this ringing like high-pitched noise and I would just be looking up for where it was coming from. I found a TikTok today. I realized what that is. And it's to stop people loitering. So basically, if you're like under the age of like 30, you can hear that frequency.
Is this true?
This is
Because my
true.
missus said it and I said cap.
No, it
It's
is
true.
true. It is
Wow.
true. Yeah, so they just stop people from loitering. And I was sitting here like, dude, I actually feel like it's like a ringing, like a flashbang's gone off in my head. It's like that. And it's to stop people from just hanging around.
okay. No, I don't even remember hearing that. Where was it?
Like
Like everywhere?
like around shopping centers. Like,
Yeah, I was on, was it Takashita Street? I was sitting down somewhere, then my missus was like, do you hear that ringing? I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, I hear that. He's like, oh, yes, to tell people to fuck off and not just sit around forever.
Ah, there you go.
yeah, no good. But
Yeah.
I can't get around this bins thing,
Yeah,
respectfully.
yeah. I can't underestimate how little bins there are. The other thing was the receipts, man. Every time you buy something, they give you a receipt.
Yeah.
And then there's no bins to put the receipt. So you just, every day I open my bag, I had like 17 different receipts for like $1 for a bottle of water. I'm like, come on, man.
Yeah, no. And then the thing is, like, sometimes there's bins, right? But it's for like bottles only. And they've done it in such a way that you can't actually shove your rubbish in. I
Anything
tried
else in there,
multiple times to like shove other rubbish in this bin. But it was like, I think how they did it is like you have to throw it up. And it's shaped like a bottle.
Yeah, that's right.
And you flick your bottle up and then it goes into the thing. Except you can't really do it with like just random receipts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Nightmare situation all around. But I will say, Migs, on your point about the etiquette stuff, one thing that they religiously follow, I must admit, is you can't really walk and eat.
Yeah.
It's a weird rule. I mean, it's like disrespectful to walk and eat or whatever.
I mean you can.
Yeah, I was gonna
but
say
I have physically did not see anyone do it.
correct. Yeah, I wouldn't say you can't do it. It's more that it's just frowned upon or
In like the Nishiki markets, we were walking around having a lovely cremier ice cream or like chicken leg or something like that.
Both at the same time, there.
Yeah.
Suggest.
And I was stopped with and this lady just like stopped me with a sign, just shoved it in, no walking and eating. So I then had to plant myself in an area and it's like you sit here and you eat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a big thing.
Yeah, I didn't break the rules, Ross, so that never happened to me.
No, because
I was respectful.
I remember we came into this trip and someone said you can't walk and eat.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And I was like, oh, okay, well I was very like, oh, okay, I can't walk and eat. I did it, obviously. I was pretty hungry. But then in certain areas they like actually stop you and be like, nah, it's like unsafe. I don't know what the reason is I can't walk and eat. Don't explain.
Unhygienic, maybe. I don't know.
Was it drinking as well, or can you walk and drink? I couldn't remember.
I think you're not allowed to do walking and drinking either.
Okay, because I remember when we got a Cremia one day, they had like a special area off to the side where you can stand and eat. And then there was a bin there as well specifically for it to stop people just walking around creaming it up, you know?
But why are they stopping me walking and eating?
Because I think it's part of the bin thing. Because you eat, you have the rubbish, you're just probably going to yeet it somewhere.
Yeah, just quickly aside as well, something I just remembered. Places will only accept rubbish for their own store.
For their own stuff.
Which is
makes
fair,
sense.
which is fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why you got to stay in the area.
That makes sense, yeah. But yeah, I don't know why they're against, I don't know, is it just rude? Like if I'm walking around eating and like you ask me something, I got food in my mouth and I'm talking to you.
It might be something like that.
It's an unpleasant
I
look.
don't know. Maybe it's just, uncouthness.
That was a culture shock for me.
Yeah.
Because dare I suggest, if I'm out and about, I will be walking and eating.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I
yeah.
exclusively only walk and eat in the city. Like I'd pick up a banh mi. What am I going to do with a takeaway banh mi?
Exactly.
I have to walk and eat. Or definitely walk and drink. You're telling me I can't have a coffee?
I swear drinking
I was cracking
allowed.
open
Yeah,
the
I'm-
black coffees on the road.
I'm pretty sure I was walking and drinking and no one said anything. I'm
No, but
sure
yeah.
it's, no, yeah, because what if, I remember I bought like a bubble tea one day. There's no way you can sit there and drink a bubble tea and then go. Like
It's not like they're going to call you out. Who's going to call you out? The public will not call you out.
someone called you out.
No, but I think she was like an official of that market.
Is that, how do you get that job? Is that go up on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
Official food supervisor, food eater supervisor.
Maybe she's like a security guard, but that one of her roles as part of the security is, mate, these tourists
Yeah, she's
who walk and eat, get rid of them. Make them stop.
All right, my next one's a little bit of a joke, but in Tokyo, you'll realize that in most places, people just wear black and white, right? So one day we got our Goth Look. We all went in like black t-shirts and shorts, and that's how we fit in. So that's my tip. If you want to fit in, you want to fit in with the local fashion and everything.
Yeah, look like a chessboard.
Exactly. Black and white exclusive.
isn't that what like the I swear Harajuku was the area where we saw the most goth looking people.
Yeah, they were pretty. There was some sketchy looking dudes in Harajuku, I will say.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel like the spiky jewelry scares me a little, like slightly scares me.
What, it gives you satanic vibes?
A little bit, because it's usually accompanied with like crazy hair and they've just got spikes coming out everywhere.
They look like Final Fantasy characters.
Yeah, they look like Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's monochrome.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a good tip. It is a good tip.
This is one thing no one ever tells you. Japan is not an early morning place. Shops don't open until 11 a.m. Obviously, they stay open late until 8, 9, 10, maybe even midnight. But if you want to try and get started early the next morning and try and hit off a few things, it's not possible at all. And it was actually quite inconvenient,
Yeah.
I must say.
Well, when you're used to like, I don't know, when you're on holidays, I feel like you want to really attack the day.
Yeah.
You want to wake up early, get a couple of things done before breakfast. But really, it's like a bit of a handbrake because you just like can't really do anything until lunch.
Correct.
And then you got to cram everything.
Yeah.
Because you also want to you want to have like a nightlife. So really from like 7 p.m. onwards is like your dinner, your drinks, your that. So you have between 11 and 6 to do literally all your shopping.
Yeah.
And the main thing is you would have planned your day before you go on the trip. based on, your local timings. So we plan our trip assuming, things open at 9, maybe close, maybe a bit later, 6, whatever. So we'll go do these things in the morning, and then we'll plan and book these things the afternoon. So we book those things. Lo and behold, we can't do anything in the morning. Gotta wait till fucking 11, and then before you know, we're doing a million things within like 3 hours.
Yeah, you're just twiddling your thumbs till 11 a.m. And then you have to have, I don't know. It was that was a bit of a shock as well to me, because I actually thought the Japanese were, get
up
started,
and get
little,
them,
little pep in your step at 7 a.m. Really attack it. But
I don't know where I got that from, because that's incorrect.
Yeah, massively incorrect.
I didn't mind it. I'm not a morning person, so I didn't mind it.
The only things that were open before like 8, 9 a.m. were your 7-Elevens and Lawson's.
Yeah,
Don
you
Quixote.
can get food.
Yeah,
That's a 24/7.
No.
Wait, do people know about Don Quixote? Am I the only one who didn't know Don Quixote coming into Japan?
I knew it big time.
I didn't know it either.
Yeah, so I rock up to Japan and everyone's like, oh, let's go to this shop, Don Quixote. Oh, fantastic, let's go. And honestly, that place was one of the most overwhelming things I've ever experienced in my life. And I'm not even kidding when I say that.
What was it, Ro? Explain it to the people.
I think we chatted about this though last time.
Very, very high level. It's like a 7-story, maybe even more, department store that sells anything from groceries to like medicinal stuff to hair care to sex toys to Louis Vuitton bags. So really, it's anything you can imagine, you can buy there.
But then, but each level is exactly kind of like the same vibe, and the vibe is reject shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so whether you're shopping for groceries or Louis Vuitton, it feels like you're in a reject shop.
Yeah, but it's got actual things in it. It's not like just offcuts.
Yeah. No, it's a legit store. It's like Maya's stuff.
And it's got like high-end brands and stuff. But
They've
it was
got their
egregious.
own jingle when you walk around. It's crazy.
It was egregious that they had sex toys right next to like the Pokemon toys.
Yeah, if you're
come on,
small child wandering around for the Pokemon and then you see the biggest dildo you've ever seen in your life. I can imagine that's a lot of questions on the way home from mum and dad.
Dildo on.
But Don Quixote, one of the stores had a roller coaster in it.
No, not a roller coaster. Ferris wheel.
It was a ride.
One.
Yeah. It was. But it was I think that was a Big Daddy 12-story one.
Yeah, that was a 12-story one
with a Ferris wheel inside of it. So that gives you the scale. That's not my life hack or things you should know, but mine is like, I think when we went there to Mount Fuji, there was like a Lawson that's kind of like, people take photos of Mount Fuji or whatever. And then I think they didn't like that people were loitering and littering and stuff like that. So they like closed it off. And so we went to Mount Fuji and we were just like wandering the streets of, I think what was the town? It was the town Mount Fuji?
No, it was Kawaguchi something.
Kawaguchiko.
Yeah, Kawaguchi.
I think.
Yeah.
I thought that's where we stayed, but we went into Mount Fuji. Anyways, whatever, it doesn't matter. But we were wandering around. I just thought this Lawson was like, I thought that was not the Lawson. I thought the Lawson was going to be in the middle of nowhere and it's like a nice view of Mount Fuji. No, it's in like the middle of this weird street.
Yeah.
And
the main street.
It's like the main strip, yeah.
The main strip of that city, of that town. And if you just move a little to the left, dare I suggest you get an even better photo.
You get a much better photo.
So how they close this Lawson is they just have on the other side of the road, they have like a black tarp type situation to like stop you from taking a photo from the other side of the road. But if you don't, but they really haven't stopped anything.
No, they've stopped nothing.
Because we were taking photos like unaware that this was the famous Lawson.
Correct.
We were just like bang, bang, snap, snap. What a great photo. Like, I don't know where the real Lawson is, but it can't be this one.
Yes. Because I remember before we went, there was like, I saw so many TikToks and like articles about.
They're closing it down.
Yeah, the famous.
They're building a fence.
Yeah, the famous Lawson at Mount Fuji where everyone takes a photo there. They've shut it off to tourists, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, where is it? And then all you have to do is turn around. And like you said, there's just a big black tarp. But everyone just comes to the other side of the road and just still takes their photos.
No, but that's what they want. They don't care if you take photos on. They just don't want you fucking on the road all the time.
Is that what it is?
Because it's genuinely, again, it's just a road. It's not like a tourist area or like a close. It's literally a normal functioning road.
And it's a high traffic road. There's like a lot of buses and stuff that go
So what people used to do is they used to stand where that black tarp is, and the people in the photo would be either across the street or on the road.
Oh.
So imagine that every time you're driving, there's fucking 20 people just on this road taking a photo.
Gotcha.
So now that you're across the street, who gives a shit? Go take your photo. Enjoy.
So I was going to say, it stopped nothing. There was a bunch of moes who were like standing on top of each other.
Yeah.
Like,
There were people climbing like the electrical poles to try and get the high up view.
Okay, that makes more sense.
No, but I actually thought it was just for the littering. Like people were loitering around that Lawson
No,
and
it's
it
the
was getting
traffic.
so dirty. They're like, get rid of these guys.
No, I think it was
the
just
traffic.
Yeah, just a general nuisance.
So when I read the article and they said they're going to put a black fence or whatever to stop the Lawson, I thought they were putting it on top of the building
I also thought that as well.
to block the view.
But then that doesn't make sense from a business point of view because then people would stop going to the Lawson altogether, I feel.
Yeah.
True.
Also, how can you block a landmark like for no reason? Like, how can you block a mountain?
Safety issue, mate.
Seems silly.
All right, my one, and I think this will be very helpful, is things in Japan, especially Tokyo, are much further away than you think. Yeah. So when you go on Google Maps, if you do your planning, you're going to look, you're going to remember all these great places, Harajuku, Shinjuku, Shibuya, etc., etc. And even when you go into the city, you take a look at the map, because it's a lovely little, efficient little grid, and there's so much stuff, you think, oh, I can just walk here, walk there. Before you know, you're walking 10 minutes at a time, 15 minutes at a time to go from place to place. I'm going to say it, the first few days of my trip, my feet were dead by like day 3, dude. I needed a rest, 1 or 2 rest days because we just were walking all over the place. 20, 25K steps.
I think we had a plan where we'd like, would stick around this area and we'd hit the sites in that area. But I think that just went out the window because I just remember traversing Tokyo as if it was some sort of like fun adventure that you can just go from, coast to coast essentially. It was silly.
No, but even still, when we were just in like Harajuku, dude, that whole day I was there, walking galore just to go from this shop to this shop.
Do you know what I think it is? I think like this is another thing, right? There's so many people that you're walking at like a snail's pace. So I found that like I was walking, 20 to 30,000 steps. My feet were tired. That's fine. But I think that was amplified because I was just walking so slow constantly.
And so double the amount of steps.
Yeah, double the amount of steps.
You're stuck in traffic.
It was just silly.
There was not that many like benches or seats or anything.
But I think it was that because there were so many people. Well, everyone was walking so slowly. You kind of had to go at the pace of everyone else.
Yeah, no, you can't. And
Tokyo is not like Sydney where all the major tourist landmarks are localized centrally, around the CBD and surrounding areas. It's like we were doing the equivalent of being in, Newtown and then going out to Strathfield and then Parramatta every single day, essentially. Like we were traveling pretty much across the city, walking around, catching a train, basically every single day without rhyme or reason.
Yeah, and then also Sen's point last time we talked about this, the train system also takes 50 minutes as well. So
copped a lot of heat about that, by the way.
Oh yeah, let's lift the lid on this. So we posted a TikTok, and I think I actually edited it, and I think it was Sen. It was a 45-second TikTok, and it was Sen for 43 of those seconds, and it was him talking about how the Sydney train system was better than Tokyo, which to be honest, fair enough, it's a hot take, but I don't see the lie in that.
No, it's egregious. It's egregious because I saw a couple of the comments and they're right. It's because it's so complex that they've literally linked up every single place.
Yeah, but who asked it to be complex?
Yeah, but then you can go literally anywhere.
No,
you don't have to, because here in Sydney, half the time you're like, you can't get places by public transport.
Yeah, but I'm not commenting on the engineering feat that they achieved. I'm not frothing that.
That's besides the point. That's meta, all right? We're talking about the actual point itself. A lot of places here, you have to take the train somewhere, and then you got to figure out, like, I got to Uber from the train station to this place. Whereas there, it's like there's always a station nearby.
Again.
Yeah, it's going to take fucking a little longer because you got to connect here and here and here. Fine, whatever. That's besides the point.
To be fair.
It's a price to pay.
To be fair, Sen in the episode, right? OG fans, listeners of the podcast will know that he said, it's great that it's all connected. Obviously, I'm not going to put that in the clip.
Yeah, you've done us.
Yeah, and plus the commenters are not going to see this either. So
no, exactly.
Sen's just going to continue getting heat.
But I didn't see the way you were telling the truth. You simply said that different railways are operated by different owners, and it makes things complicated because you can't really tap on with different things, and
that's just a fact.
Yeah, and
facts, not feelings.
Well, yeah, this is the thing. TikTok commenters, mate, they have a preconceived notion. They have what? It's egregious. Japan's train system is supposed to be the best in the world.
Yeah, they're brainwashed, dude.
Worst take ever. Tokyo trains actually run. These guys smoke lots of crack. Guys, please find the nearest circus and apply there.
That's pretty good. I'll give him that. That's a good
awful
comment.
take. What the fuck? Get the fuck out. Tokyo train system, much better. Why are you so precious? Just walk.
Yeah, that guy, that last one's outrageous.
Some of them are constructive. A lot of them are
just
calling you a crackhead.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, that circus comment's pretty.
That's really funny. All right, my next one is, when I went, everyone said, oh, how much cash are you taking? Make sure you're taking most of your money in cash. People don't take card, blah, blah, blah. That's a lie. Everyone takes card there. I was trying to get rid of my cash towards the end because otherwise I was taking home so much cash.
Caveated that we did go just to major cities.
Yeah, but I feel like
you're not really a market sort of guy. Go out of the way. You just shop at main places, no?
That's true. But even stuff like your taxis, the train stations.
Some taxis only took cash though.
Yeah,
sometimes,
some of them did, actually.
yeah.
They snuck up on me like that. I'm like, fuck, I don't have cash, dude.
No, but I'm pretty sure if you push back, I'm sure they have the card machine.
But their car looked old, bro. It didn't look like that. The facilities for such things.
When I was in the 7-Elevens tapping with my card, I found it actually really hard to figure out when I should remove my card. Did anyone else find this?
Yeah, it was.
Figure that
Towards
as
the end,
well.
I got it, but
So at the beginning, like when you're in Sydney, right, and you tap your card, there's a nice little
Beep.
sound
yeah.
that registers that your card has scanned. But when you're at like 7-Eleven or whatever and you tap your card there, there's not really a sound. Like this, I was holding it there for so long, and then eventually like some sound plays, and then I take it off. But turns out you can take it off well before that.
Yeah, okay.
You don't really need the cash. Yeah, I found the same thing. We didn't go, but if you go to Japan, you're not really where are you going? You're not going to like a middle of nowhere country.
I mean, you
town.
could if you've been a couple of times and you want
Yeah,
to
people's
explore.
second trip.
No.
They go for a drive and they go to places where they don't take. Some places don't take card potentially.
Yeah,
But I still agree. The way people were saying you need cash like it's fucking 1900s, it's not true.
The only ones where you needed cash was like the vending machines and stuff like that.
No, even then you could squeaker
They
it.
took the
yeah,
sweets,
squeaker,
mate.
Exactly. So yeah, everywhere you need to go, like your hotels, food, restaurants, 7-Elevens, shops, they will take cards. So take some cash, obviously, but don't really need that much.
Last helpful tip: you go in Japan, you're probably going to do shopping. You're probably going to get tax-free shopping. They're all going to tell you, don't open the bag.
Oh, yeah.
We will check the bag. I ripped open every single bag and I got 0 checked. So feel free. Don't worry about it. No one's checked. No one gives a shit.
Yeah, I don't know with this one. Do they made it sound like such a big deal?
Yeah.
Especially Don Quixote, they give you the big, and they seal it. The big.
Yeah, they put in a plastic bag and full
Duty-free.
seal it
Yeah.
with a seal you can't reseal.
Yeah.
And they're all like, do not use these goods in Japan.
What's the process meant to be? You're meant to take your goods to the airport and show them?
Because
Like-
it's in theory, you don't pay, the theory is you don't pay taxes, you're not using it in Japan. So it's
Correct.
not a Japanese thing.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the theory.
Yeah.
So they're meant to police that, but they don't police it by any stretch.
But dude, you had like 18 like duty-free bags. Were you meant to carry them in your carry-on and show it at the airport? Like that's not. It's
No,
not
I don't think
practical.
you show it at the airport. I think it's like a parking inspector thing.
So
like,
it's essentially you just can't use it
Yeah.
while you're in Japan.
Because what they do is,
That's different.
yeah, exactly. So what they do is when you buy tax-free, they scan your passport, right?
Yes.
So it's linked to your visa,
Yeah.
essentially, or your whatever it may be.
Yeah.
So when you check in at the airport, I assume if you have 100 grand worth of tax-free items, they
Gotcha.
might tell you to open your bag and let's have a look, right?
yeah.
But like if you're like us three, you have a couple hundred, couple thousand at most.
Yeah.
Well, chump change, bro, whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
So don't stress, use it. Be my guest.
well, we were worried, Sam. Remember when we were buying watches?
Yeah.
And I think when you bought your watch, we got like a little rundown of like what not to do and what to do
Yeah,
with that.
I was the only one. Your guy said nothing. You just like send you on your merry way. She
Yeah.
full like when you get to the airport, you must show them this. You must show them receipt. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then we called one of your friends who also bought a watch recently, and he's like, "Nah, man, just slap it on your wrist and walk through the airport." It's like, don't show him anything.
No, like I was actually really worried there because like we would go through whatever, bought the watch, and then she would be like, "You need to read this.
Yeah.
you need to read this paper." It's like you're a witness. You know, you're witnessing some sort of thing, and it's like you have to sign that you've read it and you've acknowledged it.
Correct.
And you have to like declare it at the airport and stuff like that.
I was only worried because you didn't get the same speech. Because it's only me. I'm like, well, this seems targeted. But no, that is a good call from you, man.
Yeah.
Don't believe any of it.
Yeah, just use it. Doesn't matter. I got one final one, bit of a joke one. But Japan is a country not built for tall people. Manny, you want to tell them the story of how you got a first-degree concussion?
Oh my god! We went to a tea ceremony, right? And obviously the tea ceremony is in like a traditional Japanese room/building. We do the ceremony, and afterwards people are taking photos and all this and all that. All these guys leave. So me, Sen, and my missus, and then we're getting ushered. I think Ro was telling us, "Hurry up! We got to get to the next place, right?"
And if you remember episode two episodes ago, we talked about this story, how we were running late to the tea ceremony. So that's why they were kind of pushing us along.
And we were respecting if there's a rush, we should rush.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, let's take these photos and rush. So I, stand up from whatever kneeling position or bowing position I was. I turn hastily towards the door and bang my forehead across some fucking wooden beam
Banister.
at the top, dude. That was a rude awakening.
Dude, it echoed through the building, dude. I heard that 3 floors down.
And, that's me hitting my head. But everywhere in Japan, it was like that in terms of barely fitting. And Sen and I are only like 6'1". So like.
Dude, when we were in the
6'1". We're just going to let that slide?
Yeah, I was happy to let it go. But when we were in like the rear can and stuff, like all those like sliding doors, I was bending down into it. When I was on the train, I felt like a giant. I could look across the whole...
Yeah, literally on the train, dude. If Sen was on the other fucking side of the train, I could make eye contact with him. That's how like crazy it is.
Oh, I remember we went to Donburi in Osaka, and I kind of lost you guys for a bit, but I wasn't scared at all because all I had to do was look for Manny's head, and I knew where you guys were.
Same thing for you, brother.
I will say I really enjoyed being average height in a country.
Some might even say above average.
I think you were tall
potentially.
there, yeah.
Which is fantastic because, like, when I was looking through a crowd, I wasn't seeing like shoulders. I was just seeing heads. It was delightful, I got to say.
I will say clothes shopping as well was a nightmare. Trying to find clothes for myself, but also for my family members. Because like I've got cousins and like people in my family who are taller than me and bigger than me. I had to buy like 4XL for them.
Yeah, I was buying XL.
I was XL. I was double XL. It was crazy. So yeah, if you're a big boy or a tall boy, you're going to struggle a bit in Japan. Alrighty, that brings us to the end of the episode, but this is it. We will see you guys on Saturday for those who have tickets, and wow, we are excited to see you guys. So be there, 7 p.m. for doors, 7:30 sharp, the show will start. And don't worry, we'll do a bit of a meet and greet after, so you will get to meet us. So please, I can't stress this enough, be on time.
More importantly, you'll get to meet Kush.
Yes.
I think that's what you care about. You get to meet Kush.